Okay, folks, March 4th here on BKP Politics. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching FYNTV.com. What they don't want to talk about, I always try to look at everything they don't want to talk about. While it is Q Day at the Capitol, right? At the Capitol, let's go with number 4. Just show number 4 there. Show everybody how to get in touch with us. Thank you, Emily. Good morning. March 4th is QAnon date for Trump to resume power. So it's Q Day at the Capitol. They are crazy. They're the crazies, not you. Okay. QAnon Day at the Capitol. So while that's taking place, I tell you, there's so many things they don't want to talk about. Let's go with number 14. They don't want to talk about another Biden pick in trouble. They don't want to do that. And the reason they don't want to talk about it is because if they do, and this comes from the Federalist, and this is an article from yesterday, they don't want to talk about Becerra being in trouble as a pick here for HHS secretary, okay? And because if they do, then you may get encouraged to call your representative or your senators and say, don't vote to confirm him. But if they can keep that under wraps, keep it quiet for a day or two, they may be able to figure out how to push him through. So I'm telling you right now, we need to stop this guy from being the HHS secretary. And, some people don't realize why. And the assistant HHS secretary would be what? A man who thinks he's a woman. Richard Levine. So he is up for Health and Human Services. Is he the former Attorney General from California, right? Joe Biden's pick for Health and Human Services Secretary Becerra received no votes from a Republican on the Senate Finance Committee on Wednesday morning, resulting in a tie. So it's tied, okay? He can't come out of committee. Now, the committee is a recommendation. It's not. You don't have to get a majority in the committee to come to the floor as a nominee for a vote, okay? So the confirmation decision gets tossed to who? Chuck Schumer, okay? But here are the reasons why. Do you know why we need to oppose this guy? And this is one of the nominees that we could, near a tandem, we did stop her, but she is still going into the White House. But reasons for opposition to Becerra's confirmation, especially by Republican legislators and conservative activist groups, continue to pile up, with many citing his lack of health experience. Okay, that's not just it. And his qualification. His radical position and track record on abortion, his refusal, if he's HHS secretary, okay, if he's HHS secretary, infanticide, which I think that's how you, how you say it, meaning the baby's actually born and then you murder it. You can murder it, partial birth abortion, dismember the child, or murder it after it's born if you're Ralph Northam, the governor of Virginia, right? This guy would be in full support of any of that, okay? Healthcare, women's healthcare, it's not healthcare. So his track record on abortion, his refusal to call for fair and free and fair elections in Cuba after meeting with dictator Fidel Castro, his efforts to pursue legal actions against the Little Sisters of the Poor for refusing to comply with Obamacare's contraception mandate on religious grounds. He went after Little Sisters of the Poor. Yes, he did. And his promotion of Obamacare, open borders, gun control, and radical climate plans. This guy's a disaster. It's HHS, just like I showed you the new education secretary. It is action time. Call your senators, even if your senator is a Democrat. I got it. No use. Well, you mean I would waste my time to call Warnock's office? Waste my time to call John Ossoff? I get it, but do it anyway. If you're out there in America, call your senator, even if it is a Democrat. Okay? Call Joe Manchin all over the United States. Tell Joe Manchin you won't accept this. My friends in West by God, Virginia, and all over the United States, call Democrats, Joe Manchin, call Kirsten Sinema, whatever her name is, out in Arizona. They call her a moderate Democrat. Call her. But do what you can to help stop him. That's why this does not get reported, and QAnon at the Capitol gets reported. So moving right along from that one, let's go to number 21. Okay. Now this is one that they will not talk about, and I want to talk about this just for a minute, and we're going to jump here. The biggest obstacle to the wealth tax. Now, what's the wealth tax have to do with the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan? Stimulus, rescuing America. Now, listen to this, okay? Think about it. The $1.9 trillion is called what? The Rescue America Plan. Now, if you happen to be wealthy, God forbid you're wealthy out there, okay, whether you inherited your wealth, whether you worked hard, whether you hit the Powerball, but for some reason in America, you have become wealthy, you will play your fair share, not pay, play and pay your fair share. You will play your role in saving America. They will take it. Every single day in America, they redistribute your wealth. And they do it more and more every day. So we're going to get into this article, but let's go to number 21 for a minute. Is that 21? Maybe that was 21. Let's see, where are we at here? That was 21. Let's go to 28. Okay? So let me ask you out there, let's talk to the wealthy people. Not that I know any, not that any watch the show, but if you happen to be out there, why? Ask yourself, why are you being eliminated from the check? Why are they negotiating down the requirements to get the check? Why not everybody? See, equity, equality, inclusion, it only works if they're taking your wealth and giving it to somebody else. That's equity. That's equality. That's inclusion. But once they have the money, how they disperse of it is not equal, right? So they're taking your money to give to others. You see, you're paying in, but you're not getting the check. Biden agrees to narrowing the eligibility of checks. First of all, let me ask you another question. Why are they agreeing to narrow the eligibility of checks? Why are they not agreeing to discount the amount of money they're going to give the teachers union? Why are they not agreeing to narrow down the amount of stolen wealth from the American taxpayers to give to blue states and bail them out? Why are they not narrowing anything else down? Now, fortunately, our system has a Senate parliamentarian. Okay, I don't know if we're fortunate or not, but the Senate parliamentarian says in this particular bill, you can't put the transportation boondoggles in there for Nancy Pelosi in New York, and you can't put the $15 minimum wage. You have to do those as standalone bills. So they'll pull them out. They'll shove them somewhere else where you don't see them. That was not lawmakers negotiating down. That was not lawmakers doing the right thing. That was not lawmakers saying, why do we have billions of dollars for a tunnel in California in a COVID bill? No. If the odds are we never, and I'm going to go the stretch, never have our politicians do the right thing when it comes to this. Now, Ron Johnson from Wisconsin, which he is getting all kinds of catching all kinds of hell because he's going to make the Senate clerk read the entire bill into the record. Read all 600 pages. Because what they can do is they can come to the floor and there's a summary in the beginning. And they can say, House Bill, blah, 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 the Rescue America plan, and they could read the summary, and then they can put the entire bill into the record, the legal record of the Senate. But Ron Johnson said, no. Read the bill. Read the whole thing, all 600 pages. But ask yourself why there's no negotiating and narrowing anything in this package that takes your money and gives to teachers unions, any union in the states, the blue states, bailouts, right? Now, we laughed at Andrew Yang, okay? Now, I don't know this. Tell me, you can text me. In the past, now I know FDR, okay? They said, what did they say? FDR, right? Biden said, are we going to be Herbert Hoover or are we going to be FDR? Right? Well, the WPA and all this, we know, some of us that actually read some history of all of the plans, FDR federal plans put into place, okay? Now, I don't know, you could tell me, have we ever had, until now, has the United States of America ever had a federal unemployment insurance? Have we ever had federal? Now, I know we have states. All states have an unemployment insurance plan, okay? And all states set their own. When you have unemployment in a state, state legislators decide, okay, if unemployed, you can draw X percent of your salary, okay? There's different ways it works and different ways that employers pay into unemployment insurance, okay? So have we ever had federal unemployment insurance in this country? Because we're getting ready to cross over a year of federal unemployment insurance, okay? And whether you believe it or not, you might think I'm wrong, but there is a percentage of people in the country that do not have to look for a job. You thought Andrew Yang was off his rocker and lost his mind when he said he wanted to send every American a residual check monthly. So he wanted to take it from Amazon. Yes, he wanted to take it from Amazon and take it from big tech and take it from big corporations. And he wanted to give everyone in America a residual monthly check. And we would go out and spend it and we would keep the economy going. And we thought Andrew Yang was bonkers, okay? We are pushing with this past August. It will go past August, okay? Give me number 35. Okay. It will go past August. Okay. Biden and Senate Democrats agreed to limit eligibility. Okay. Limit eligibility. Phase one begins at 75,000 for single. Okay. 80,000 household, whatever. Phase out begins at 150. Why are you not getting a check? Why are they narrowing this down? Now, I have friends that said, hey, there's no reason I got a check. I mean, I don't need a check. Okay. And I get that. There's many out there that should have never received one stimulus check based on their income. Okay. But then what's the same theory of your Social Security? I bet you don't turn that down. Right? I mean, you don't say, look at my wealth. I'm going to just give back my Social Security. Right? You don't do that. What happens most of the time? You hear people say, I paid into it. Listen to that very closely. So I'm not wealthy. You got it? Well, I don't know. I live in America, right? If we live in America, we're just, we're wealthy people. We're in a wealthy country. But that's it being said, I'm not wealthy, okay? I have to work for a living. But I have wealthy friends that have, and don't take that wrong, okay? Have poor friends. But they say, you know what? Hey, give back your Social Security. You could live the rest of your life and never draw Social Security. Give it back. Give it back. Don't take it. No, 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 no. I paid into it, right? I paid into Social Security my whole entire life. It don't matter if I got $1 million, $10 million. It don't matter if I got 6 houses and I collect rent and I do pretty well. It don't matter. I paid into my Social Security. That's my money. So I don't care if I do get $800 a month or $1,200 or $1,600. I'm still going to take it. It's my Social Security. Bam. Guess what? The $1,400 check, I don't care if you're a mega millionaire. That's your money. It's yours. You paid in. But now, don't lose it, folks. You're paying in, and they're redistributing it right before your very eyes to who they feel deserves it. And you don't say, well, wait a minute, that's my money. Now, you don't need the $1,400. You're doing well. I seen your car. I seen your wife's car. I seen your house. You got enough money. You got somebody cutting the grass. You don't need that check. Well, who said I don't need it? It's not a matter of me needing it. It's a matter of it's my money. No. You are participating in them redistributing your wealth, and it's far from over. Right? They're not negotiating down the bailouts to the blue states. No. So go back to 21, and I got to get out of this, but this one really gets me because it's not that people don't pay attention. It's just the way we're just watching things go. The biggest obstacle to the wealth tax, it's out there. If you think, here's what cracks me up, okay? This cracks my ass up. You watch them attack what? Right? You watch them attack, right? Cat in the Hat, Dr. Seuss, right? You watch them attack Mr. Potato Head. You watch them putting things into schools, what they're teaching your children. You're watching them put somebody in place that is a man that thinks he's a woman. You watch this over and over. You watch people on the border with Biden t-shirts saying, I'm coming in. You see this over and over, but then there's the one part that we're just not grabbing onto. The bill has to be paid. If they pass this 1.9 trillion, they shouldn't pass another dime. No, not another dime. Well, what about small business that's hurting? Look, their intention was to close them, and they did. A lot of them they closed. What about small business? What about somebody that needs that $1,400? What about somebody that needs that $400 unemployment check? No, go get a job. And then when you can't get a job, demand new lawmakers that will pass legislation or get out of the way and get jobs back that you can go get one. But not just give you money. The biggest obstacle to the wealth tax. Here it is. Taxing the rich is an ideal that's back. It's back. Yes. Who is quiet? Now you got to remember, and let me say this, and I get stuck on things, but you remember when Clyburn in South Carolina, and I'm just going to refresh our memories, okay? You remember when Nancy Pelosi sent Clyburn down to South Carolina, and she said, you drag. See, they knew COVID was coming. All right, you can call me conspiracy, but they knew all this was taking place. Right in the beginning of March, right when we were shutting down the country, Nancy Pelosi says to Clyburn, you get down to South Carolina, all right, and you pull Joe Biden's ass through. You tell the black voters in South Carolina to get their ass out. You go to the fish fry, and you tell them Joe Biden is who we want because Joe Biden will never know what we're doing. We'll do what we want, and he will be up there, and his dementia is so bad, we will have run of the place. There it is. 45 days. You've not had a Joe Biden press conference. Yesterday, we will show you Joe Biden was actually having a virtual meeting, and he said, do we take questions now? They killed the feed, okay? The guy's dementia is so bad. So they go down to South Carolina, Clyburn pulls his ass through. What happened after that? Now, the next deal, right? COVID's coming in. Get everybody's ass out of there. Get everybody's ass out of there, right? Get Peter Pan Buttigieg, the boy who would be king. Get him out. What was the deal? Buttigieg, what did he get? What did Buttigieg get? He got transportation secretary. Get Bernie Sanders out. Buy him off. Bernie's the chair of the Senate Finance Committee. Bernie's in charge of all your damn money. Yeah, get Bernie out. Everybody thinks, well, they did Bernie wrong. No, they got Bernie out. Bernie's in charge of all your damn money. Wake the hell up, right? Snap out of it. It's like you're hypnotized. I mean, you get the magic word, right? Look at the ones that got out. Andrew Yang, he's doing well. He may be the next mayor of New York City. We don't know. But the point is, look, who got out that has been quiet? Elizabeth Warren. Why, you think that they paid off Bernie, paid off Buttigieg, the rest of them are getting their payoff, and Elizabeth's not out there? Well, you've lost your damn mind. Taxing the rich is an ideal that's back. An ultra-millionaire tax introduced by Elizabeth Warren, well, hell you say, and other left-wing Democrats this week, sorry, in the mic, I know you're freaking out, like, don't do that, the dogs are going crazy. This week would raise more than $3 trillion over 10 years. They say while making the tax system as a whole more fair. Why it matters? New taxes would be a necessary part of any Democratic plan to redistribute wealth and reduce inequality. Why hell? It's the full Monty. It's the circle. All right. Put this under the cup. Where's it at? Huh? What the hell? Have we lost our minds, America? Right? Why it matters. New taxes would be necessary part of the Democrat plan to redistribute wealth and reduce inequality. But President Biden has more urgent priorities, and Warren's wealth tax in particular faces constitutional obstructions that make it hard to sell. It's out there this week. It's out there. It's out there. Make it hard to sell, right? Could be unconstitutional. Oh, hell, we just had an election that had multiple unconstitutional things take place. Nothing, right? It may be hard to sell. Hell, they're redistributing your wealth as you speak. They're selling it now. They are putting somebody in every department, whether it's your children, whether it's transportation, and what are they doing? Equity, equality, inclusion. 1.9 trillion should not be passed, not a dime. There should be no more enhanced $400 a month federal unemployment checks to August. None. There should be not another payment sent out to anybody in this country for anything whatsoever than your Social Security once a month. But I want to say this. If you're out there and you see this, and I don't care how much, if you are worth $1 billion, people are going to get angry at me. If you're worth $1 billion, if you're worth 10 million, I don't care what you're worth. If they send a check for $1,400 in this country, they need to send you a check for $1,400. I don't care. You may think I'm really off. I don't need it. Well, I'll tell you what, then give back your damn Social Security, because every time I ask about that and say, hey, why don't you give that back? Why don't the rich people? Why don't we set something in this country? Well, wait a minute. It may be on its way. They may say, if you may, well, wait a minute. Why, could I be on to something? Because this could be in the future. I'm like Doc Brown in Back to the Future. I have set the time machine. This could be out there in the future, and we don't know about it today. It may take a while. Give me 28. So if they decide, and it's constitutional, if the Supreme Court doesn't say, wait a minute. Supreme Court doesn't say, well, now wait a minute. If you're going to send one person $1,400, you got to send them all $1,400. You can't pick and choose who you send $1,400 to. So if the Supreme Court doesn't find that unconstitutional, and they say anybody 75,000 or over, or a household over 150, you're not getting the $1,400. Okay. And you're out there saying, that's right. Give it to the need. The people that need. Okay. People that need. Now, they keep raising the age because my ass is not getting. If you go out there and do a survey, how many people they've led to believe you're not getting your Social Security, even at my age. I'm not telling you my damn age. But Social Security ain't far around the corner. Hell, that was a wake-up call this morning. But anyhow, I may not get it. They have prepared us. They have made us think to where you ask people in their 30s and 40s, do you think you'll ever see a dime of Social Security? No, I'll never see a dime of it, right? So think about this, and I will close on this note. They are setting values for this check. It's not unconstitutional. Why doesn't everybody get their $1,400? You see, right now, I don't think, could I be wrong? Text me and tell me. But I don't think when you reach, they've raised the ages you can now draw your Social Security, right? They raised it. Boom, 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 right? But I don't think there's a dollar value, right? I don't think in America, am I wrong? Tell me that if you've come up with $2 million, you still get your Social Security check, right? What if in the near future, not too far off, in a distant land, they put something like this in place, and they say, what we ought to do now, because this is not unconstitutional, is say that if you have enough money, okay, if you have X, okay, you don't qualify to get a Social Security check. And then what will you say? Oh, I agree. I agree. No, you'll say, I paid into it. Damn it. This is your money. It's your tax money. You paid into it. You paid into it. That's why here with Social Security, I paid into it all my life. Damn it. If you've had a job for 30 years, you paid into this. You pay into it every week. I'm going to take a break. I got to go. 1.9 trillion. It's crazy as hell. It's got to stop. Got to stop. Take a break.